Hello everybody, it's Wolfang here. It's Saturday, July 13th, 2019, and we have another nice weekend. Hot. It's not as hot as it's been all week. It's, like 89 and humid. Really hot. But that's okay because I prefer the heat over the cold. I don't like the cold much. So today I'm going to talk about that suture kit that I had bought. I showed it in last weekend's video, and like I said, I was bummed out that it didn't have directions or manual. You know, it was just the kit, and once again, this is the kit. So I did some more research, and I was actually able to buy separately the book off of Amazon. This was, we'll round it up, it was $11. Believe it or not, though, I did see some books, they were like $300-400. I feel for these students going to nursing school. It is unbelievable what they have to pay for their books. It's, oh my God. I thought, I got my associate's degree in criminal justice, and the books that I had to buy, I thought they were pricey until I started talking to students that were taking the nursing classes, and when they were telling me about the prices of their books, I was like, anyway, so this is going to take me a little bit longer. I'm a student, as we all are. And if you think about it, we are. We are a big prepping community, and we are teaching each other, so that makes us students. In my eyes, anyway. So, I got this book Tuesday, and there is no way, no way, that I am going to be able to demonstrate on my practice pad, which I'll show that again. I do like this kit though, and I was actually talking to a few people and told them what I was up to, and they're like, well, why do you want to know that? I'm like, well, in case something really bad happens, I said, you know, at least you'll be able to know how to stop the bleeding. I'd rather know than not know. And I did find some videos on YouTube, but they were like 3-4 minutes long, and with me having the book, I think that I'll be able to do it. It'll come to me easier. But the videos that I saw, they pretty much were using the same pad. So I thought, okay, that's good. So in this book, it is surgical knots and suturing techniques. It's 5th edition. It covers anatomical and surgical knot tying fundamentals, surgical knot tying techniques, your suture materials, surgical needles and forceps, suturing methods and suture removal, suture patterns, and basic sterile techniques. And as I was reading through, I mean, the illustrations aren't really that bad. Those illustrations were just using your fingers to tie. But it talks about your different knots. Your square knot, your granny knot. And it does show, okay, here, this is when you use your instruments, you actually have an instrument to hold the needle, as this shows here. Just bear with me, because I'm learning this. There's a whole bunch of good information in here, I think. Another knot that's called the Miller's knot, and from the illustration, it's like when you cut the umbilical cord and how you tie that off. That would be I guess the Miller knot is what you would use. Interesting. So, modified Miller's knot, and they've got illustrations of the umbilical cord. And then it goes into your surgical needles and forceps, how to thread. It's just your different needles and how to use them. And like I said, I got this book Tuesday, and I've been going through it. I'm going to have to sit down and study this more. I actually thought about going up to the fire. We have a fire department really close to us, and just asking the guys at the fire department, let them know what I'm up to, and that I would like to learn how to do this, and maybe somebody will, offer to give me a hand on spare time. I'll buy them lunch or dinner or something. But I think a hands-on that way would really help. So I plan on looking into that area also. So, but let me go back to how I was talking to a few people and told them, what I'm up to. And it kind of goes back to, and we've all talked about this, how you get that funny look when you tell people you're prepping. And this one guy that I was talking to, he's my age. He's ex-military. And I was really, really surprised at his response when I told him I want to learn how to do sutures, stitches. Well, when I said sutures, he just looked at me. I said, stitches? He's like, oh yeah, okay. Well, why do you want to learn that? And I said, why not? I said, if anything happens, I said, what if you're driving down the highway or you just come up to a car accident? I mean, you just can't stitch somebody up. But if you're out in the country, and if you can help somebody, help them. The one problem with that, though, I think there may be some laws. I mean, because if you try to stitch somebody up, you don't do it right or whatever, they could maybe turn around and sue you. I think that may go along with giving CPR. And because if you do CPR the right way, you will crack a rib. I think there's a good Samaritan law or something like that, but people just want to sue anymore today for whatever reason. You're trying to help somebody out, you'd think they would appreciate it. But anyway, so my intentions on I want to learn how to do this, and I will share it with you. If anybody's that's out there that's impatient, you want to look it up on YouTube on how they do it, that's fine. But like I said, I have the practice kit, and I'm going to learn how to do it come hell or high water. So that's what I plan on doing for, oh heck, the next 2 weeks. I don't know. There's as small as that book, excuse me, as small as that book is, there is a lot of good information, I think. And I've never been a medical student. I've taken your basic first aid stuff, the first aid that they taught us in the military, stuff like that. I've never really went in depth on any of this stuff, excuse me. But I really want to learn. Hell, my butt went back to school when I was 50 to get my associate's degree in criminal justice. I think I can do this. No, I know I can. I have no doubt in my mind that I can't do this. So anyway, I'm going to be working on this, and I guarantee you next weekend when I do my video, it's not going to be on sutures, because I don't think I'm going to be ready. Because the techniques that when I was reading through the manual, holding the instruments, different ways of rotating the wrist, grabbing the skin. There's a lot of information in there. I have to say something to Prepper Nurse 1. I wish I had his phone number. I'd call him, but I don't think this is a class. It's probably a month class. I can't see learning this in 1 week. I mean, because from what I've been reading, however deep you go, it depends on the cut too. It depends on how bad that cut is, how deep that cut is. And when you are doing your suture, there are different styles of stitching for whatever that wound is, whatever that cut is, how long that cut is, how deep that cut is. There's a lot to factor into that. So, and like I said, I am not a doctor, I am not a nurse. I am learning this on my own. So, wish me luck. It'll be all right. I'm not that worried about it. So anyway, like I said, this kit that I bought, I got it off of Amazon. It was $40. I think the cheapest kit that I saw was maybe $30. But there's quite a few out there, different kits. I mean, it just depends on what you want to spend. So anyway, that is what I wanted to share on today's video. And I do want to give a shout out to the Watchman News. I enjoy you guys during the week. You're a little bit of a distraction because I should be studying, but it's all good. We all help each other out. And a little prepper lady, she's doing good with her channel. And Prepper Nurse 1, he's doing good. And I wish I could go to his little gathering that he's having, but that's just too far for us. So, and I want to give one last shout out to over at the Watchman News, Gigi. Gigi, this is for you, girl. Double stuffed Oreo cookies, yum. I hope you enjoyed that. You guys all be safe. Have a good weekend. Blessed be. And I will talk to you guys next weekend. Bye.